Yes, Father confirms your top Foxy P in the building. Holla at your boy Chopper of Yam and the Fryer of Plantain. Chilling right here on the set of the Africa Today show. Ginger. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, Nigerian election. And guess what Foxy P had to do for you? Nigerian election special. Let's go there, ginger. You know I had to bring it real heavy. And I say, you know what, for this one, I can't just do it by myself as an Otakara boy. No, I have to bring one of my boys. This is a literary political candidate. This guy brain move at the speed of a dirty slap when it comes to anything politics related. Confirm. A confirmed Pekin of Lagos State. Yes, for that confirm. Quadri is in the building. I call him cute though. I'm about to go in real deep. You guys are going to enjoy this. So ladies and gentlemen, sit down, relax, adjust yourself. Collect your beer, collect your drink, anything you need to escort you on the 176th episode of this wonderful journey. Let's start the show. Yes, Father confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy, the chopper of Yam and the Fryer of Plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. First evil governor of Lagos State. But once I say yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, Father confirm. Yes, Father confirm. Ginger. Today we're doing the election special. You okay? I appreciate that you called the show. Amen.
Anytime.
I like that you call the shaker like so that professional show. Like so they shake hands.
Professional. We're professionals now.
So this Saturday we're doing the election.
Right.
Who are you voting for?
I'm Team APC now.
In the APC.
APC.
This is not Buhari though.
Still Team APC.
But Buhari don't do nonsense. Let's keep it real.
That is very true. Am I as excited as I was 4 years ago? Of course not. Why
are you not as excited as you were 4 years ago?
Because, in my opinion, Buhari has been demystified. You know, the general has been demystified. So I'm not happy about a lot of things that Buhari has done. But at the end of the day, you know, we have to pick the lesser of two evils. And I know people will always go and say, oh, no, be only two people there on top ballots. But at the end of the day, let's keep it real, guys. Only two people have a chance of winning. So it's either APC or it's PDP. And I tell folks, I say, you know, rather than having a long ballot paper with 73 or 74, whatever, you know, candidates, you know, let's find a way to have people with like-minded folks come together. Because that's the only way that we can have a third voice, right? So
no, this is the way you talk. To be honest, I don't think a lot of people understand it. I want you guys. I'll actually show you the video. We have pretty much 73 candidates.
Although
for the ballot paper.
Although our auntie, she don't
come out though, but her name still there though.
Her name still there.
Yeah.
And then SDP, they say the us.
Yeah.
That's fracture. So SDP.
They come out but their names are still there.
Yes.
So I want you guys to look at that because I feel like that's one of the fundamental problems that we have from an electoral perspective.
Right.
I have here in my hand the sample ballot paper for the presidential election in 2019. It's a sample and a specimen. The security features are not here.
So I feel like that's one of the fundamental problems that we have from an electoral perspective.
Right.
The fact that I'm hearing things like, number one, the length of that ballot form.
Right.
As in, I be person who say I do common entrance, you do common entrance for Nigeria, right? We do common entrance, you do SSC, you do GC, you do JAM.
Right.
I never see exam sheets way long, reach like that.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a country that's not even, I doubt that Nigeria is up to like 60% or 70% literate.
No.
So already people are going in there. 47%. So you're already going in there, not even knowing how to read.
Right.
And you now have a long list. Yeah. That's when you now start having all these problems. Now we talk about
but you see, so
we don't talk about
the argument that they'll give you is that
why you don't like them. Not talk about those ones.
Anybody can register.
So now that's the way forward.
The truth is, let's not waste our time.
Right now, I just want to
register a political party, but you know
based off of the fact
that besides your immediate family, even your driver is not going to vote for you. So at the end of the day, you know, why are you doing that?
I want to see more Nigerians
at the end of the day, I understand that it's important. We all feel like we need to run for office and participate in the process. But let's not waste our time. And let's not make things
go to school, get a job.
Something candidates
for 93 parties.
Exactly.
But
at the end of the day, we all know it's either APC or PDP.
Because we're not
which I definitely get it. And
but you know what will be very interesting? Sorry to cut you off. What will be very interesting is to see who's going to come to
What's he want you to
people
I'll tell you.
who don't have
When you look at
any
all
jobs
jobs
or any type of professional
AFC,
experience.
you look at all those other parties.
So
Right
we're
now,
leaving
we
it
don't
to
have a
people
thought
who-
first.
being
And I
in
think
government,
depending on
being
who
in
comes
office
third,
is the do or die, right?
Maybe we can start to
And
see
I want to see more
the
Nigerians get involved.
coalition of
And that
smaller
includes
parties and have
Yeah,
them
it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
kind of
includes you, it
coalesce
includes me,
around
it includes every
the
one
thought
of
force.
us.
like a real
You see,
opposition?
we could be
Exactly.
here
Because
and
PDP
very
wasn't an
comfortable.
opposition. Let's keep it real.
Right,
If you look
because
at PDP's
we have our
power
job,
structure right
we have
now,
our business,
the
right? At
main
the end of
person
the
that's
day,
their biggest power person in
we'll be
PDP
fine, right?
is Somebody Saraki, who was
Absolutely.
the main
End
power
of the
structure for
day,
APC.
I think for me,
So it's
where
not. I
I
see what you're getting at. But my issue with
Yeah, you can be
that
very
whole mindset
successful
is
as
third
a family man,
is the second person that
an
came second.
individual.
So it's like, who cares?
I
and
agree.
leave both to you,
But
die, and
What I'm trying to say
successful.
is,
Right.
or you can
4 years from now,
lives.
you don't want to have a ballot sheet
Right,
with
you can help
100
do your own,
candidates.
contribute your own quota
You have to
towards
start
improving
looking
the
at
lives
who are
of
the
people,
top 3 or
right?
4 political parties in
And be
Nigeria.
successful as well.
Right, so
I
you may
think
not
for
agree
us,
with APC or
if you decide
PDP,
to quit your
but
job today,
maybe there's
I know
another
you very
party that
well.
you feel like you
You're
can
not
join
gonna die
and
alone.
you have an easier
No,
way of
no,
making your voice heard.
Exactly.
Nobody wants
So,
to be
at the end of the
losing
day,
party.
Right.
it's all
Right,
about
but if we're
really
able
trying
to
to
get
impact the
3
lives of
or
people.
4 parties,
You
I'm sure
have
that
what you
we'll
can
start having
contribute towards improving Nigeria.
political
So hold
parties
on.
based on
Are you saying
ideology
that
and not just based
For
on
us in America, yeah, that we should not go back and have
ease
one
of-
for election.
ease of victory.
No,
So
you don't always
you made it very good.
So
I want to touch on because this is a question. So you talked about 4 years ago. You said you guys voted for APC. You
Yes.
know, and
How
Buhari
can I
was
be
a
mad?
part of it? How can I
Yes.
be?
Why
Why
were
were
you
you supporting Buhari
So-
4 years ago? That's our question. Like, what's the
Well,
way?
Let me just say that I did not vote 4 years ago,
Okay.
but I did
Hello,
support
Obi.
Buhari 4 years
No,
ago.
you support who vote? We
Alpha.
they're America now. Our passport don't change color. None of us will vote.
They shoot Africans, they shoot
You were
that.
supporting Buhari. You were behind APC
Right,
over
right.
Jonathan. So what was your reason? Why did you feel at that point in time that Buhari was the
No,
man
I'm
that they
gonna
had to vote
record
for
you
4
now.
years?
I know say you
So,
get shot
we
tomorrow.
look at
That's why
this
they come.
track
Wetin happen now?
record
I called you
as,
yesterday. You don't give answer. I mean, I did for
military
yesterday.
Right, so I've always been AD, ACN.
No, the show go make sense
AC,
now.
Yoruba,
The show go
Yoruba,
make sense. No need to stress.
We get that. We get that part.
Right. And I'm, so
It will
I've
make
always been
sense
that.
now.
And
What do
when
you
look
need
at
from me?
the issues that Nigeria was faced with 4 years ago,
Any
We
video,
had,
alright, got you. As soon as I shoot this
security
footage, I'll
issues.
do one.
Confirm.
and the level of corruption
Alright, no P. I'll call you
Crazy.
back.
was very crazy.
Alright.
So I looked at Buhari
We
and
get shot
said,
tomorrow. You dey come.
do I want more of the
What do you
same? Right?
Wait till they
Or
go.
do you want to
I
go
hear
with
now.
So
candidates
go,
who
yeah, but if na Nicki Minaj, na
has
him
the
don't
track
put video, which you
record
shaking
of
your hand, of course you do. Yeah.
fighting
You know.
corruption
So, but anyway, let's get back to this thing.
and
So
is a military
the
general.
point is, people have asked, like,
So I
yo,
decided to go with the military general.
because you know we
Right.
like Nigerians,
And
we don't be
what has
voting.
happened over the last 4 years?
which is very
that
very weird.
it has
Considering
not
that the
been able
diaspora
to
is extremely
make the
important to
country.
everything that's happening in
To an
Nigeria.
extent,
If we stop to
we're
send money go
seeing
Nigeria,
prevents
our
insecurity.
argument for that is
But again,
this.
what's
Boko
happening in
Haram
Nigeria
is
is
not
not.
the war
They
against
don't
Boko
figure
Haram
out
is finished.
It's not over.
which improvements is it for security?
Just because people are not doing well in primary school,
I
doesn't
think
mean
that
you
the
don't need
bombers,
schools.
the bombers that we had.
So
four years
that's
ago-
one different, completely different
I think we
problem.
have to.
about.
I'm not saying that.
We should be participating.
We have to
in
give them a
the
little bit of
process.
passport.
We should. Let me
We
say
should.
something
We
about
get
that.
passport now, so
We should.
okay,
We
so one
should.
problem.
We
Okay,
should.
let's keep it real when it comes
We
to
should.
suicide bombings.
But I'm more
Suicide
concerned
bombings is
about
something that you do based off of the fact, say, man,
having a free
Come on.
fair
that's like a
election in
last
Nigeria
strategy. It's
first.
like, we have
And
nothing
before
else. Suicide bombing is
we
nothing
can start,
new. In
it's
the Second World War, you had the
Nigerians
Japanese.
voting.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
You know what
that's
they had?
what's
They had
keeping us
all
away.
their kamikaze.
Maybe the fact that if you look at both sides, now when bullet don't finish, the contact will die. They enter inside those US warships, right? So for me, I look at suicide bombing guys, and they saw the difference that it could make. Then they want their suicide bombing. Remember when Iraq was so, when US first went into Iraq, like me and the toxic man, before ISIS came up, there was a lot of suicide bombings. When ISIS comes and seize oil, but on a lip service,
Right.
if say they deal with somebody, that's suicide bombing. Because who doesn't wait for bomb themselves, say,
That ginger
I'm
go
going
dey your body,
to
say,
sacrifice
"Man,
myself. I like all those men, they make person feel vote for me.
Don't make
So
money.
for me,
Sometimes
I
you
don't
don't understand.
understand.
I
I
think
don't
that
heard
the
any
suicide
suicide
bombing
bombings and why
lessening is a result of better security. I think
get high commission
it's actually
now.
a reflection
We
of the
get
fact
embassy
that
now.
Boko Haram has become more successful.
Yeah, and then become more advanced. And that's where that's where we're going.
Okay.
So yes, we've had less suicide bombings, but
still have a long
Boko Haram has let them fix elections in Nigeria first. And the other problem is we also had this issue with
we play still
harassment.
You don't need. It's not part of that whole. Do this one first, then do this one.
I get what
That's the good thing about being African. We don't have to wait.
So you come back.
Make things day one by one.
Yeah, jump now. See Nigeria,
all of a sudden now, everybody get together for their phones. Better America says, I was almost 6 different buildings here in Maryland. So you didn't try. But you come back. I like that. But go ahead.
You want me to
yeah, so the Fulani herdsman is an issue.
Like that's once the diaspora result enter like this,
has been unable to resolve that.
So
we have a general
what's that? Remember we talked with Canada election once diaspora votes enter like this,
and he hasn't been able to win in 4 years, especially when you have the resources of the federal government of Nigeria.
What is one of the main problems
at your disposal? So to me, that's a reason.
That their ID when they use vote is their only activists that they only
right.
Nigerians in the diaspora, for you to say you be Nigerian in the diaspora, it means you get passport.
So, you know,
that's a one-to-one match.
This anti-corruption.
Ring to you mod. That's a one-to-one match.
It was started as this anti-corruption.
It's not like they're breaking a new barrier.
So, you know, started as this anti-corruption crusade. What it did during slow military dictator and all that.
People passports.
And
the problem is that we don't
even know the total
number.
But the figures that we've heard,
throw something out.
figures that we've heard is that it's over where 25 former petroleum minister.
I doubt that. That's the first question. Anybody that's watching this tonight now.
Yeah.
Do you believe that we have 25 million Nigerians outside of Nigeria? You know what 25 million is?
Thinking that
that's almost you don't collect the rest of the West African countries.
Why I talk
Ghana,
showing
Ghana is 26.6 million.
We have to look at it this way. What's the total population of Nigeria? That's not the way to go. That it was actually. So do you believe that going to trap Nigerians? Of course, follow the rule of law. You just can't show them in prison like a military dictator would.
Like I said.
No, just because people just in the spike will say Nigerians will spy this plenty parts.
Like I said, exactly. No, Obasanjo definitely had more convictions than
what do you think?
So my whole thing is this, right?
I don't know.
You asked anti-corruption crusader
that,
so like I said, right, we don't have a witch hunter, right? You know, for lack of a better choice, because estimates. The only people that look like the few indictments really, the US, and every time they switch over to APC, somehow
percentage of Americans.
We always forgot.
So when this guy, if Nigeria really want okay, so what you're trying to get all Jews up? No saying being get wild when they come APC, that's what wild exactly. But somebody said something to us recently. When you're beginning to grow now, like you identify that don't be looking at the fact that they didn't really convict and not be Nigerian. Say because he has that approach has always been, but if you give us the money, right? So if we collect it,
I think I was one
so this thing
and that is very true.
No,
at the end of the day,
usually Nigerian government. All those things where you where do you go to renew it? Nigerian gets that's right there in the place where you can go. If
at the end of the day,
right?
You know, when you ask any Nigerian passports have you issued in the last 5 to 10 years?
That's it. And guess what? Every passport their number.
Even in America, anyway,
they know which ones they issue for Nigeria. They know which because when they send passports.
And he says people come,
so no, I'm talking about the passport book itself. The passport book is not
legally, and there's some type of
these 10,000 passports were sent to
and some of those folks,
and they don't finish out. This one's in Brazil.
Doesn't mean that they're not cooperating.
But the problem
bigger cases, right?
So story now.
That's important to note. At the end of the day, we still have the Zani in London. We still have all these folks.
No, this is I don't know whether you see that.
Yes,
Of course.
Because we don't send whether you give me money or anything.
of course.
I don't know if you guys saw this picture. It was a picture that somebody took. They were driving in London.
Wow.
They say Northwest London. So they drive from Northwest London and then they saw Alice in Design. That's a Nigerian summer.
The main reasons why they won't watch their heads looking for cancer patients. Because percentage of
Cancer don't go. You know what you want? Me as a person, you know, so they do skits. I didn't dress like philo. I know it's in makeup. The way to transform person. When I see when they chop on her whole hair, let's go on rubber. So they go say, this woman get cancer. We can say,
Don't start. Which movie is not Nigerian now?
I said more Nigerian. Pick the right time.
So they can say this for
that's
child.
how they go. They come you know, so when I see this woman looks dead for Jesus, and then I was not saying that, yo,
that's like before, but there's some sure it's
how the mighty fall.
Say, you know, anytime we're like,
Since she they run, that's what I see me say.
I don't know if it's
what you saying? I see how the mighty fall. That's winter in London. What are you trying to say? I'm not seeing the same thing I see in the picture. I come to and say, bro, number one, your argument is that you are not seeing what I'm seeing. I say fundamentally as a human being,
right?
you're not supposed to see what I'm seeing because we're two different people. So start from that one. Send back. Number two,
my grandfather.
All I do is just wear makeup on the internet and I do AfricaTodayShow and I go to London. So like this, people they come hug me. Hey, Foxy, I'm from you used to be the
point I'm trying to get to is this,
woman in Africa.
It shows you the difference.
People not knowing. Just 4 years we were the most powerful woman in Africa. You come there for London. This person see you from Moto. That's the point I'm trying to make. Say, look at how the mighty are falling. Please believe. Then they say the doctor stand. This bastards for Lagos. There's an Igbo program when they talk to me. Say, if you want to chop something, make sure you know what chop something. Say, good chop for many.
Probably people.
How many people they come vote?
I just want to hear us see ourselves as Nigerians. We are either there's nothing else.
But anyway, yeah, you don't mind.
That's Southwest.
We don't get back on topic. So we're talking about the prosecution of the
amongst Nigerians. That's why. You know, if you have another has a lot of votes, then they must be non-Nigerians.
You talked about the lesser of two evils.
Why do you believe is that there is no trust amongst Nigerians? I'll start by saying 4 years ago, I think part of the solution is that we have to really start thinking about this thing and say, okay, how do we improve Nigeria? I think for our generation, for example, that Buhari has released money.
Nobody hit me up for Instagram to make a promote.
Exactly.
Usually by now, like these people don't hit you up.
Buhari has released money at the end of the day when you look at our generation. I'm not saying that's not going to happen to count. I think.
But what can you see that 4 years ago? When you say because you haven't said you did into the.
No, I mean 4 years ago. I mean, come on now. No saying our parents. Some of them were too young. Even when we look at the states, the states where PDP, right, they won 4 years ago. So I'm sure when you ask us that, where they actually needed money, just you and him, to try to rest some things about Yorubas, the incumbent government.
No, anything we them about Yoruba, but they talk about for public.
Because you need no. We try to talk. We say at the end of the day, right, need the media to win any election. You know, and I'm only gonna assume 4 years ago that as someone who was an adult, right, during the Biafra era, Buhari has some type of resentment, but he's not using the money towards. He's not using the money. So at the end of the day, right, that's the only thing. That's one thing I can say. Exactly, it has to be. You know, yes, there's cases of allegations, and for my dad, APC was too young. The administration participates, but again, if you want to, but the experience is not like school when they had to do all the old. Atiku on the other hand, protocol. And we all know him. Just growing up, Atiku has his record. He has a time where. You know, and I think we all know that. And I think even a lot of folks that are voting for Atiku, and when people have TVs, they know. You know, in your community. One of the problems that we have is and seeing how is that sometimes has changed aspects of people, right? You know, I want to be very careful because you know my dad. You know, it's not a. See, there's a very. I tell people this all the time. But again, there's definitely when you ask them some questions, you can see how parallel economy in Nigeria.
What do you mean
so,
by
so you have
comes from a place of
the
feeling like his hometown was,
and you also have that corruption economy. So you have two economies, two systems flowing
around this
in
thing.
parallel. And
I don't really see where you go. I don't see where you go.
So someone tells me now that
which hometown is it? Say Lagos. Nobody get Lagos.
Wait.
Lagos is no man's land. Lagos is no man's land. I'm not talking now.
That's not. I'm not.
There's increased inflation, blah blah blah.
I mean, you need to cut this for you.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you to talk your truth. Now, AfricaTodayShow, they talk about the truth.
Get to the bottom of the issue.
Well, if you're going to manager and your agent,
there was additional money
you have to take now like
other
they do for
but
what else
the thing is that I don't want
other sources like
I don't want to represent
4 years ago.
my father
Or
6 that is
8 years.
don't be your last name.
No, you don't understand what that is. No, you don't understand what that is. So you get
awarding contracts.
I'm sure you understand
where
I'm coming from because you know more.
I've heard people say
go visit
things
your
like
own government.
say now Yoruba I ain't get Lagos and I Lagosians I ain't get Lagos. Me as a Lagosian
she gets
with an Igbo
something.
name.
Your wife.
No.
Everybody
That's
says
a different. And you know that's a different conversation.
Let's go there.
So that's a different. Let's move that to another thing.
Because that story goes sweet too.
Let's move that to
But that's not
another
very interesting. How in Nigeria, it's very outside of your regular job. It's a country. It's a federation.
That's another thing.
At the same time, there's certain parts of the country where you can't just say, it's not really my home. Why? America, yes, we did Maryland. If you decide, or as you decide, if you carry your children, move, go down.
So as a result
Nobody
of
go
that,
tell
if
you, man,
you're in the ministry
you guys are like,
and you
different
have a
country,
way of
Nigerian or whatever, your king has the rights. You know, just go
have a
down
way
like
of
that.
trying to get extra money,
Enough
you
my
do
dad
it.
say,
Yeah.
Right,
But now it has gotten harder.
People do it.
A lot of things have gotten harder in Nigeria. And to do.
Now that's a different thing altogether. Now ground rent, you say like they own the land now. That's what own land is. That's a different thing.
Now go back to this
if
whole
I had the option to buy the land under this house, I don't buy
folks in
it.
government.
The money was too much. It didn't make any sense.
The strong
But I
guys
bought the house.
APC them.
So if you buy that house, so that the only way you want hold on top. People where they rent house will come.
Those guys.
Some people in Lagos will not get land.
They're all
put us the rent too. From beginning to end.
No.
So you see,
those
the
ones are
reason
not true Lagosians. Now along the article. Now along the way.
It's not the same reason some of those guys are supporting article.
So what do you mean by that?
See,
you don't know
there was another the expectation when Buhari won war. So those kind of people now, it was going to reach out to some of the folks that if you really trust the election, they belong to a family with 10 names, give me 15 names. People felt like they were going to have more say. They belong to.
What do you mean by? Because maybe the youngest, maybe
names, you know,
at the end of the day, we trust the
ministers and everything.
Not just ministers, but you know, there are different boards and different ministers. So yeah, so to get on this,
I like that. You did very passionate about that. And I think I honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like if you're Nigerian,
I agree. Strongly believe that. I agree.
You have to.
But where I disagree is when.
Humbly disagree.
You know, when someone tells
your own definition of hard work is different from my own definition of hard work.
What do you
mean say hard work? Person where people win election,
you're not clear.
Is that hard work?
Like it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying?
But so they should be rewarded for what that's the government, right?
When you make
but part of your reward is, but I get what I think we can agree to this. You can agree to this.
No, I can understand somebody if you feel like somebody corruption when they talk about.
Yeah, I know. But wait, what I mean by rewarded
insult your heritage does not exist. Imagine that. Okay, I understand. But you have to also. Let's go somebody else. So Chinua, for instance, claiming ownership of where belong. Does not reduce your own belonging. You know, because it came from one low party. You know, CPC now came with AC and now came APC. That's what Buhari now used to be.
It makes it sound like
Jonathan, right?
Your entire
so
family.
Tinubu the vex say as soon as Tinubu went, as soon as Buhari went in, Tinubu was supposed to have clout or supposed to give a couple of minister positions. You know, you have to think about right. Supposed to have a minister position, but he didn't give him. Is it the fact that somebody has gave him some? He didn't give him some.
Well, that's not even what I was saying. I'm not even talking about the minister.
Okay, but it was supposed to give them names.
Right,
and there was nothing wrong with the tape. It was basically just mobilizing his base. And it said, you know, when he supported Buhari, his expectation was that Buhari will call in, or will send him, tell them to drop names. So we have this 10 appointments. You bring 4 names, the other guy bring 5 names, and blah blah blah. That's basically how it's always been done in the past, right? You just share those things, and then you guys put your people there. But that didn't happen. You can look at it both ways. You can look at it and say, you know what? If it should have at least, I'm sure there's power sharing. That's all part of power sharing. Whether it was offered or it wasn't offered, you know, there's irrelevance, because at the end of the day, we all know that that relationship didn't start very well, right? With the old hijacking leadership of the National Assembly and all of that. That's one of the reasons that he gave for switching parties.
You're talking about Saraki now, going from PDP, from APC to PDP.
Right.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons that he gave for switching.
So now okay, so what you're doing now, you're showing this is one of the reasons why Saraki is supporting Atiku, not because he loves Atiku, but because he's like, yo, this guy
the tape, I'm sure your viewers have all heard the most intelligent people. Yeah, I'm sure they've all heard the tape, because the tape was maybe a 10-15 minutes long tape. And, you know, like I said, nothing wrong. It was basically mobilizing his base. But he said that. And then he also said that he knows that when Atiku becomes president, he's going to have more access to the corridor of the executive power. Right? You know, paraphrasing his words. So at the end of the day, you can look at that and say, is this really about my interests, or another wealthy politician's self-interest? And then you decide, right? But for me, and I think when you look at the political leaders in the southwestern part of Nigeria, you can tell from their body language that, you know, they're not really as enthusiastic as they were 4 years ago about Buhari.
True.
You know, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to be, you know, good party stalwarts, and just want to, you know, make sure that their guy is re-elected. Because Buhari also had his own issues too. It's, you know, besides the fact that it took him 8 months to appoint a cabinet,
which is crazy.
It's crazy. I'll say if it took him 4 months, I would have understood that, right? But for someone that has run for office every 4 years since 2003. So not you know, so winning that office and not having a plan, right? Was, you know, was very worrisome.
Yeah.
And now he did that. Part of the other problem he had was, after doing all of that, he gave opportunity for the so-called cabals to infiltrate his government. Let's not forget that even his wife said, a lot of people around my husband were not there during the campaign. Right? So that's part of the problem. So now think about how that would make folks that actually labor during this campaign feel. The Sarakis and co. You know, like, so they have their own, so they have their own reason to feel aggrieved as well.
Yeah. Right?
But I think we need to stop thinking about selfish interest and personal interest and look at the interest of the Nigerian citizens. And that's what I don't think that this two parties really, frankly speaking.
No, they're not saying.
I don't feel like they care about that.
There's really, because now we're talking about power, talking about, you know, trying to consolidate power, trying to do things. You know, there's nothing about it. You haven't heard anything about, you know, trying to help the people, and which is crazy.
Exactly.
You know, and I think for me, being an adult now, I'm 34 now. And the fact that since my open, I think the first election that I really saw was MKO Abiola.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I really knew what happened. And you know, the fact that if you can go and read Abiola's campaign speeches word for word, and think about what Atiku and Buhari are talking about now, they're promising people the same thing.
Yeah.
Promising them good road, water, power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things that, like, to me, I'm like, God dang, like, you're gonna be hard pressed to find any Western nation in the past 40, 50, 60 years that was promising people that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trump, as much as we hate Trump, there was no time with Trump, even Obama, there's no single American president where I don't hear their campaigns really don't say, we'll give you electricity.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, so stuff like that is demoralizing, but that one is besides the fact. So you've talked about the reason why you feel like Atiku should not be the one, because he, that one is just like those Barao native with that, just community active.
Yeah.
But then let's talk about Buhari being fit to run.
Okay.
This is somebody who we're seeing lapses in memory.
Right.
You know, before we started the show, we were talking about how this is a time, during the last time that Buhari ran, he didn't talk as much as he did now.
Yeah, and so 4 years ago, yeah, I thought it was very interesting that Buhari's campaign was designed by a group of Nigerian youths, and they were able to manage Buhari and package Buhari in a way where, we all saw him as this hero, right? And Buhari, I don't think he gave... We rarely spoke during the campaign. Yeah, and let's not forget that the lineup was deep too.
The lineup was... One thing that shocked me during that afterwards, remember when he went to Germany and it was like, my wife is in the other room?
Yeah.
And I was not like, God dang. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing this guy talk, like, full sentence. And I was like, how did the campaign go through? No, so you're saying like that packaging, what they package and say to make sure that
it was well orchestrated. And let's not forget that this was someone that ran on the flag of a regional party 3 or 4 times in the past, and was able to get millions of votes.
That's true.
So he had this goodwill, and all he needed was the Southwestern support.
Whichever who get it, whether Igbo people or whichever one,
and he got the Southwestern support, and
that was it. Boom.
So it was well packaged 4 years ago. Then he had the old other room incidents in Germany. He also had the old Nigerian youths are lazy. I think that was in London.
I remember,
And so I thought that was very funny. So I started thinking about the Nigerian youths that helped run his campaign 4 years ago. And now this man is calling them lazy. So I thought that was very interesting. But not just Buhari. And I'll address the memory lapses that we've seen in recent time. I'll address that in a second. But it's not just Buhari that has had this, gaffes. When you look at his entire administration, at least once a month, someone within the Buhari administration will say something ridiculous at least once a month. And you start looking at him like, okay, this man is supposed to be a military general, but you can't even get your soldiers coordinated, right? Your executive team, you can't get them in line. These guys keep going around missioning. So sometimes it makes me think, is it because they don't care about the election? They think they're going to win.
They have it in the bag.
They have it in the bag, or is it just because that's how they feel?
I think that's how they've always been. Because me and my dad had this same conversation where I was talking about, Buhari falling and everything else, and all these politicians falling. And I was like, these politicians have been falling since you just didn't have internet. You understand? Back then, if it's NTA, with Shagari's time in 1979, when they are recording like this, if Shagari fall like this, they could also say, bring that VHS.
Yeah, of course.
Come on that tape, boom, start again. That's it, you never see, because there's only one camera in that whole event.
Yes, absolutely.
All the cameramen, all the videographers, boom, that's it. Cancel. That's the end. But I was not like, damn, that is so true. So it's almost like that's who these guys are. But we never had that access.
True. And so on that, I think the average Nigerian has also become more educated, more informed, and our expectations have changed. Most of us have lived here or visited, and we all have CNN back in Nigeria now. We see how a political leader is supposed to speak. So we have that level of expectation now. So to his memory lapses, I think at the end of the day, the man is sick. And they can tell us whatever they want to tell us, but the man is sick. And the reason he still has the level of support that he does right now, from the Southwest especially, is because people look at Osinbajo. And, every time Buhari's out of the country, you see Osinbajo and you see how he's able to actually take charge and
move things forward.
So people look at that and, they see a future president if he ever wants to do it. right? So, especially people from the Southwest, do you think they don't know that Buhari is sick? But you have to understand that
That's the way they talk deeper. So what you're trying to say is, based off of the fact that every single day, I've heard this argument before. People have put it out there that Nigeria, if you look at how the economy has moved, how things have been successful in terms of bilateral agreements when we're dealing with other countries. Say during that time when Buhari, that's 12, almost like 6 months or 9 months when Buhari was out, well, Osinbajo was running things. Nigeria moved at such a speed that made people not think like, what if Palemod? And knowing fully well that we have experience, it wasn't that long ago. And knowing fully well that we're a country where, I don't know why, maybe I just swear. If you think about the past 2 leaders who died in power, and think about what happened to Nigeria afterwards, go all the way back to General Sani Abacha. When Abacha murdered, what happened now? They had Abu Salam Abaka. Somebody who now took Nigeria. In a way we say, you can make the argument, me and you will not be in this country today if that guy didn't do what he did. Because by the time nobody is sent to give Nigeria visa, say I-20, what are you talking about? Who pay school fees? All those schools, what they do, they just send you that and say, you need to pay this amount of money. Boom, that's it. I can't put this in my account. Abu Salam Abubakar came in, did what he did. Then, of course, Yaradua Mod, we had Jonathan that switched things up. Niger Delta. Remember, Niger Delta, this Boko Haram with the cry.
I'm trying to understand how Jonathan switched things up. Let's not argue.
Yo, you don't forget everything Niger Delta they do. Why you say Shell, Elf? Everybody don't forget Niger now.
That is true.
So when something like that happens, you know, when you have huge, not just upheavals, when you have a huge change in something, when you have, so you had Shell, you had Elf, you have all these big, you know, multinational.
I believe Yaradua, if I remember correctly, Yaradua actually gave the amnesty, but I get your
Yaradua give amnesty.
I believe so. I believe.
How many days after Yaradua entered in mod? What are you talking about now?
Amnesty was doing Yaradua.
No, how many years after Yaradua entered in mod now? The amnesty would then give. Don't forget to they give the amnesty, but then the contract would then give Tompolo and all those other guys that were now guarding pipeline. Where they are paying you 100 million. It changed things now.
Yeah, that changed things.
It changed things. I swear to God, today I saw something on Instagram, and you know I shouldn't talk about this, but fuck it. Agudai, the comedian. He put out a word. I think he gave like $1,000 to 5 different people who are using their Instagram or social media pages to push for peace with this election coming up. He did that, right? Not only that, he's doing like the Delta, almost like a Delta, AGT, like the talent show, American Got Talent, but like a Delta State kind of thing, right? That guy hammered based off of he was dealing with one of the guys that's on that Tompolo that was making money. So that's me seeing what a comedian, someone that doesn't make money off of weddings and whatever, all of a sudden he hammered on a level where nobody was even saying that go die on TV anymore. Nobody was seeing him doing comedy shows because he had made so much money doing what he was doing with the other dude. And now he's able to now
impact other lives.
That's the point I'm trying to make. When Nigerians have seen that when Oga Mod,
well, so I'm not going that far.
That's in the Bible.
No.
You don't say Potiphar died. You know Potiphar?
You know, so I'm Muslim, so I don't.
You don't know Potiphar?
I don't know Potiphar.
Oh, but you know Joseph?
I know Joseph.
What did Joseph do?
Go to the dreamer.
God bless you. So, you know, why they put Joseph? You know, they put him for jail. Why they put him for jail?
Because person lie now.
Say.
I don't forget, but they lie. So say. I don't forget.
The lies say impressing my breast.
Okay, I do.
Yeah, the guy wife talks to man, say this guy was trying to rape me, whereas now she one time.
Oh,
you understand?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and that guy in a Potiphar.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. So now he can tell the guy the dreams, can interpret the dreams and everything. But Potiphar mod. And when Potiphar mod, and then when Joseph can interpret the dreams of the king, they now give him that position. And now from there, now you gonna go bring him parent and Popsy out of Israel, come Egypt, where they can't chop everything, and now from there, now that lineage, they gonna give us Jesus Christ. So look at it, Organo mod. So there's history of Organo mod the way good things happen.
I don't go that far.
I understand.
We're trying to talk to say 4 years from now. You know, we've seen what Osinbajo can do because we know that Buhari is gonna have multiple trips if he wins this election. No, now you have to look at
so your whole support is based on saying this guy died.
I'm not saying that. No, I don't wish death on him. But I'm saying 4 years from now.
But if he
I'm talking about the election.
But if it just happens to just
no, let's get this clear. Let's get this very
if something
clear.
just happens, when we say
No. Let's get this clear. You should never wish death.
No, nobody's wishing death on anybody. What's worry you now? Nobody's wishing death on anybody. But our parents in China, you don't wish death on anybody. But still, you say breeze just blow.
No.
Well,
you know what? One of the qualities of a vice president is the ability to step in the shoes of a president.
Hey.
It doesn't matter how old the president is, right? It doesn't matter how old the president is, right? But wait, what I'm trying to say is this. I think it's very easy to see Osinbajo as a 2023 contender if he wants it.
Damn, that's gonna be crazy, yo.
I know.
I'm gonna have a huge problem with that.
Why? Because
Osinbajo don't show me some things where we say, I find myself questioning his integrity as a human being.
What, like?
Because it's somebody who I looked at like, number one,
pastor.
You're a pastor. Number two, you're a lawyer.
Okay.
You understand? These are things where you say you're very educated, you're well spoken, you see things, you understand things, right? And I feel like the whole idea of him propping Buhari up was wrong. In that, this is where I'm coming up. This is where I'm coming in. We didn't really see it till recently. Right. When they can when they do that town hall meeting where we say, as Buhari want to answer question, see back then I they whisper, they give him like human expo now. It was right there with him. I had a problem with that because I'm like, yo, you're the vice president, number one. Right. Number two, you and this Buhari number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You are coming from a different political side.
Right.
That's coalition.
Yeah.
Where we say you feel step up and talk, say, man, come on, this guy, there's nothing there, right? Knowing fully well.
What good would that be? How would that serve? So Osinbajo.
God bless.
I'm talking about Osinbajo the politician.
I like that question where you just ask me, say, what good would that do?
Yeah.
We're talking about Nigeria here. We're not talking about Osinbajo and his family and their wealth.
Okay.
Nigeria, the people. If you truly love us, if you are a true Christian that cares about the people.
So you should come out and say the president is unfit.
Hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. On to it now.
So, not cool be that now.
No, but where is
not cool be that?
Where is the God in you at that point? Because you're living a lie.
Can I be honest with you?
You are living a lie.
With you?
Yeah.
Once you cross that line and you have your name on any ballot paper.
This time for ballot, brother. This he's already a vice president.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Once you don't get your name on top that, you don't cross that line. Let's forget about where's the God in you. Let's forget about that for a second. You're a politician. So that political calculation is very, very risky. Let's not forget the fact, say, North be at 50% of Nigeria.
I understand that. I get that 100%.
So that's a very and then at the end of the day, bad as a bad, but I still getting core supporters.
I'm not arguing about that.
Okay.
But I'm talking
why did Jonathan do that? For say, how people fight for Jonathan to be president though?
Oh, they're comparing apples and oranges.
But why didn't Jonathan do that? Why didn't it speak up? For
Jonathan a lawyer, Jonathan an intellectual, Jonathan a pastor. This is a person on a drunkard now. So I never expected anything from him. I never did. I never had. So you can't compare both of them. To me, I'm looking at it like, yo, this is not person.
So you don't expect more from her.
Come on now.
I guess. After seeing someone like Fashola, and with all his accomplishments and successes in Lagos, after seeing someone like Fashola and seeing some of his failures, right? Seeing some of his failures, I've learned not to expect anything from anybody because they are sign or whatever the case is.
This is a question from Kate Ayo on Twitter. What realistic ways can Nigerians in diaspora affect change?
I want to see more Nigerian youths get involved in politics. The era of that era where our parents would tell us, say, go to school, get a job, work 9 to 5, and be successful. That still holds true. But we need to realize that because we're not being actively involved in the affairs of our country, we're leaving it to people who don't have any jobs or any type of professional experience. So we're leaving it to people who, being in government, being in office is the do or die affair. And I want to see more Nigerians get involved. And that includes you.
Me like this?
Yes, it includes you, it includes me, it includes every one of us. Because you see, we can be here and be very comfortable because we have our jobs, we have our businesses. At the end of the day, we know we'll be fine. But at the end of the day, I think for me, the way I look at it is, you know, you can be very successful as a family man, as an individual, and live till you die and be very successful.
Right.
Or you can touch lives. Right? You can help do your own, contribute your own quota towards improving the lives of people. Right? And be successful as well. So I think for us, if you decide to quit your job today, I know you very well, you're not going to die of hunger.
No, we're doing right now.
Exactly.
God's grace.
So at the end of the day, it's all about really trying to impact the lives of people. You have what you can contribute towards improving Nigeria.
So wait, hold on. Are you saying that for us in America here, that we should now go back and run for election?
No, you don't always have to run for election.
So how we want to participate? Because this is a question that has come up in Africa Today Show a lot of times, where people are always asking like, yo, you know, how can I be a part of it? How can I be involved? So that's our question. Like, what's the way? Somebody call me. Good on, Obi. Hello, Obi. Alpha. I'm making. I dey shoot Africa Today Show now. What did they happen now? No, why I'm gonna record you now? I know say you get show tomorrow. That's why they call me. What did happen now? I called you yesterday. You know the answer. I mean, a day before yesterday. No, the show go make sense now. The show go make sense. You don't need to stress.
I don't do it, man. I don't do it.
It go make sense now. You don't need to, what do you need from me?
Papa, I just that drop one day.
Any video drop? Alright, got you. As soon as I shoot this and finish, I'll put one up.
Okay, make a free now.
Alright, no P. I'll call you back.
Alright, thank you.
Alright. We'll be get show tomorrow. You dey come?
Where are they?
For DC.
I don't hear.
Wait till they worry.
I don't hear now for
No,
real.
but not when you go, yeah, but if not Nicki Minaj, I ain't drop one new video where she was shaking her hand, of course you go, yeah. You know? So, but anyway, let's get back to this thing. So, the point is, people have asked, like, yo, I want, because you know we as Nigerians, we don't vote to.
Right.
Which is very, very weird. Considering that the diaspora is extremely important to everything that's happening in Nigeria.
Not,
if we stop to send money go Nigeria
my
today.
argument for that is this.
What's
people within Nigeria with the votes, they don't figure out how to finish.
Just because people are not doing well in primary schools does not mean you don't need secondary schools.
I agree.
So don't, that's two different, completely different problems that you're talking about.
I agree. But you see, Fox,
we should be participating in the electoral process. We should.
We should.
We get passport now, so
we should.
What? Okay, so what's the problem?
We should. We should. But I'm more concerned about having a free and fair election in Nigeria first, before we can start letting Nigerians in the diaspora start voting.
Maybe that's what's keeping us away. Maybe the fact that if you look at most American people, we say that they are politicians today, they'll tell you that one of the first reasons why they enter politics is because say the way they were able to now vote and they saw the difference that they could make, they were able to campaign. All we're doing is lip service. All we're doing is just like, oh my man, like me, I go talk to man, I don't vote for Buhari, man, I don't vote for Atiku. You know, you go talk to me and vote for Buhari, but and lip service.
Right.
If say they deal for somebody, at least as they put that thing down. That ginger go do your body say, man, damn, I like this. Maybe one day, maybe person feel vote for me or whatever. That's one thing I still don't understand. I've not heard any tangible reason why we cannot be voting in this election. We get High Commission now. We get embassy now.
You're right. And my whole thing with that is, you know, let them fix. At the end of the day, we still have a long way to go. Let them fix elections in Nigeria
you
first.
talk about a fixed election. We get road, we don't spoil, but we play still they fly. You don't need. It's not part of that whole. Oh, do this one first, then you do this one.
I get what
That's the good thing about being African. We don't have to wait. Make things they one by one.
We just jump now.
We jump now. See Nigeria right now.
Wait.
Nigeria, we how many years we get dial-up? All of a sudden now, see how everybody get internet for their phones. Compared to America, we say they get dial-up for 20 years.
Process.
Yeah.
But wait, election what they do for Nigeria, we did the rig. Then Nigerians we did diaspora, we don't even know the total number of Nigerians in the diaspora. You want me to begin the votes? Oh well. Nigerians in the diaspora, they play past Chinua and Lagos. So once the diaspora result enter like this.
So good points. Good point. Good point.
Once the diaspora, remember what happened with Chinua election during 2015? Once the diaspora votes enter like this.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
No.
Now, hold on now. What is one of the main problems that you have with Nigerian election? The people where they vote, that their ID when they use vote is their only ID. That their PVC are their only ID, right? Nigerians in the diaspora, for you to say you be Nigerian in the diaspora, it means that you get passports.
Yeah, of course.
That's a one-to-one match.
Okay.
If you want rig until you mod, that's a one-to-one match. And guess what? It's not like you're breaking a new barrier. Countries have been doing it.
Of course.
America, they vote remotely now from anywhere where you be.
So,
and then, okay, now bring it home. What percentage of Nigerians they for diaspora compared to Nigerians in Nigeria? I doubt it will go 5%.
No, it's more. So the part of the problem
people will hold passports.
Part of the problem is that we don't even know the total number. But the figures that we've heard,
throw something out now.
Figures that we've heard is that it's over 25 million.
I doubt that one. That's not the first question. Anybody that's watching this tonight now?
Yeah.
Do you believe that we have 25 million Nigerians outside of Nigeria? You know what 25 million is? That's almost you don't collect the rest of the West African countries.
Now why I talk?
Then I Ghana.
Wait.
Ghana is 26.6 million.
But you have to look at it this way. What's the total population of Nigeria? 200
million.
Okay. So do you believe that 10% of Nigerians are outside of Nigeria?
I don't.
Okay. Like I said.
No, not because say people, not because say they look spy go say Nigerians say people spy is plenty pass outside and inside. Leave story.
No, like I said.
I just got back when they go Nigeria. We go Nigeria this December. How many of them go?
Like I said.
Una increase the population by 10% or 2%.
I don't know. Ask people where they stay Nigeria, they'll tell you. But like I said, right, we don't have the actual numbers. So not just estimates. And that's part of the problem. Not just estimates. You know, the US can tell you the percentage of Americans outside of the US.
If Nigeria really want to tell you, okay, so what you're trying to get to, right? You know there's a difference between people that identify as Nigerians and people who are Nigerians.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
When your picking grow now, your picking will identify as Nigerian. But your picking may not be Nigerian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he has that choice, whether I won't go embassy collect pali or not, right?
Yeah.
So,
and people they don't let their passport expire, they just,
You know, so this thing I say, where is the source of passports? Who owns passports? Nigerian government. Where do you go to renew it? Nigerian embassy.
Of course.
That right there is a place where they can go. If you just go to ask embassy, say, how many
Nigerian passports have you issued in the last 5 to 10 years?
Boom!
And you
That's
can get it.
And guess what? Every passport their number.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not a random thing.
Of course.
They know which ones they issue for Nigeria. They know which because now they send the passports.
And it says it on your passports.
Yeah,
of course.
So no, I'm talking about the passport book itself.
Right.
You know, the passport book itself don't already get your passport number before they even give you that passport. Right. So they already know say these 10,000 passports were sent to Syria and they don't finish out. This one's in Brazil. This one. So I think it can be known. But the problem is, and this is me just telling story now, because I don't really know this thing. I know if I know something I could talk to, I know. Problem is, if they fuck around and let people in America vote, all those show them, I can go carry our vote.
Of course,
because we don't send whether you give me money or anything.
Of course,
all those show them. This Kingsley, what's his name? Wow. Now they go carry vote, and that's a problem.
Yeah, of course.
For the ruling elites.
Of course.
That's
the main reasons why they won't want to get this thing done. Because percentage of Nigerians in diaspora. I mean, a lot of people may not consider themselves Nigerians today, But if they're able to vote, I'm surprised that non-Nigerians will go get Nigerian passports. But
you don't start now. Which will be the non-Nigerians?
I said more Nigerians.
Okay,
more
Nigerians. I think they want to talk that with that PDP yes, when they talk to people from Chad.
No,
they can't vote for APC. Have you heard that story?
Yeah.
Why Nigerians like that thing? Now which foreigner?
You know what I'm saying? The assumption is me. I never entered that side before, but the assumption is that, say, anytime we election day, people they enter from out of the country. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But people in the north will be able to answer that question. So if you have any viewers from northern Nigeria, they may know, but me, I don't know.
Okay, so make I ask a question. And this is where them not knowing things or places, right? Like your mom grew up for not, right? No. Your mom grew up for not?
No.
Your grandpapa uncle?
Oh, my grandfather, yeah.
Why you look like something?
You say my mom said, my grandfather.
Your grandfather, they built barrack for not, and this is in there with your mom that time.
No,
they never born out.
No, before they born out. They did Lagos. Mom said Lagos, yeah.
So in there, does they cheat with other women? Confirm.
Allegedly.
Alright. The point I'm trying to get to is this, right? It shows you the difference in people not knowing different parts of Nigeria and what's happening there, right? People for Lagos, when they talk, say, these bastards wait there for north. You know, people from Chad and Nigeria, they can't vote.
Yeah.
People for Kano, please believe. Then they talk, say, these bastards for Lagos, now Benin Republic and Togo, they can't vote to.
Or people from East, say, now Cameroon, yeah, of course.
But how many Benin Republic people? How many Togo people they can't vote?
Foxy, I think that's a different issue. I think part of the problem is that, as Nigerians, we don't see ourselves as Nigerians. You're either the northerner or you're from the southwest or the east. That's the problem. So we don't trust. Yeah. There's no trust amongst Nigerians. That's why, if you have a northerner that has a lot of votes, then there must be non-Nigerians from Chad and Niger voting. So that's the problem, is that there is no trust amongst Nigerians. And part of the problem, I think part of the solution is that we have to really start thinking about this thing and say, okay, how do we improve Nigeria? I think for our generation, for example, you're an Igbo boy, I'll be a Yoruba boy.
I will be first Igbo governor of Lagos State, though.
But that's not going to happen. But you're an Igbo boy, I'll be a Yoruba boy, right? At the end of the day, when you look at our generation, your ethnic group doesn't count. So I think our generation is the first true Nigerian generation.
That's a very good point.
So when you think about it, our parents, some of them were too young to participate during the Civil War, but they experienced it. Right? And they saw the division. So I'm sure when you ask your dad, maybe when I'm not there, when it's just you and him, he'll tell you some things about Yorubas, right? And about Hausas.
No, anything when they tell me about Yoruba, but they talk about for public now.
No. We try to talk, we say, at the end of the day, right? I'm only going to assume that as someone who was an adult during the Biafra era, there's some type of resentment, towards the other parts of Nigeria.
Possible. I know, definitely. I think it'll be warranted.
Exactly. It has to be.
Now, like somebody that has a Jewish people who say how I feel about the rest of the government.
And for my dad, he was too young to participate during the Civil War. But he experienced it because he was in school and he had to do all the old, they had to give him, take him through the protocol. And, just growing up in Lagos at a time where you could count how many people own cars on your streets and how many people had TVs, in your community. So, and seeing how his home state has changed over time. Right. I want to be very careful because you know my dad. He's not he's a very detribalized man. But again, there's definitely, when you ask him some questions, you can see how the response comes from a place of, feeling like his hometown was infiltrated.
I don't want to see why they tiptoe around this thing. I don't already see where they go. I don't see where they go.
So
which hometowns in future they say Lagos, say Lagos,
no,
say
but wait.
Nobody get Lagos. So.
Wait.
Lagos is no man's land.
Wait.
Lagos is no man's land. We'll talk now.
Wait. That's not the. I'm not arguing about that.
Hey.
I mean, you need to cut this from your.
I'm not
I'll tell you why.
I don't cut anything. Talk your truth. Now AfricaTodayShow, they talk as a
I'll tell you why.
Cut waiting. Well, if I bring your manager and your agent.
I go, you have to tape now like they do for
I go sit down now.
But no, the thing is that I don't want to represent my father in a way that is not.
You don't be your last name.
No, you don't understand what I thought.
I'm born you for outside.
No, you don't understand what I thought. So you get. I'm sure you understand,
I understand
where I'm coming from because you know more.
I have heard people say things like that, say na Yoruba I ain't get Lagos or na Lagosians I ain't get Lagos. Me as a Lagosian with an Igbo name.
No, Fox. That's a different, and you know that's a different conversation.
Let's go now.
That's a different conversation.
Move that on that day.
No. Let's move that to another day.
Because that story goes sweet.
Let's move that to another day. Because
that's not very interesting. How in Nigeria, it's very interesting how it's a country, it's a federation. At the same time, there's certain parts of the country where you can't really say, it's not really my home. Why?
No,
America, yes. We did Maryland. Yeah. If you decide, or as you did like this, and if you carry your children and move, go out. Nobody go tell you, say, man. I mean, regardless of like what from a different country, Nigerian or whatever, your Pekin has the rights. You know, you could also go to Idaho, go to chill. Nobody go tell and say, man, you're not from Idaho. Say you're from Maryland.
And what people do, they collect ground rents for Baltimore City now.
And now that's a different thing altogether. Now ground rent, we say that they own the land now. That's what own land is. That's a different thing. If I had the option to buy the land under this house, I don't buy it. The money was too much. It didn't make any sense. But I bought the house. Yeah. So if you buy the house, so that the only thing you want hold on top. No. People where they rent house and come.
No. Wait.
Some people they Lagos don't get land though.
Of course.
What does they rent though? From beginning to end.
No. So those ones are not true Lagosians. Now along the way, if you're a true Lagosian, let me tell you.
You don't know poor people.
No,
it's not
a matter of being poor. So those kind of people now, when they stay for Isaleko, if you really trace their history, they belong to a family, whether it's the Animasharon family or the Oshodi family. They belong to a certain family. You get what I'm saying?
But they pay rent. I was talking about rent.
Yeah, but it don't matter if they pay rent. By the end of the day, when you trace their lineage, right, then get family house, right? And we talked about this before. They get family house.
I like I change color. This thing, you're very passionate about that. And I think I honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like if you're Nigerian.
I agree.
You have to leave it alone.
I agree. No. I agree.
You have to.
But where I disagree is when, when someone tells you that nobody owns a certain part, you're not claiming ownership. Like, it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying?
But you want me to own it
exactly. No, nobody cares about ownership. But when you make me feel like I'm stupid for being where I'm from.
Hey! No, okay, so I can understand if you feel like somebody is trying to insult you by saying
heritage.
That your heritage does not exist. However, there's a
very hurtful.
I understand, but you have to also, somebody else claiming ownership or claiming belonging does not reduce your own belonging.
That is very true. But when people say no man's land, that term no man's land, it makes it sound like my entire family and the heritage does not exist.
Okay, it's a good point.
And that's very painful.
It's a good point. But let's go back to the, you have to think about why they even want to call it no man's land. Is it the fact that somebody has used the fact that they are from there to oppress them? This is not
never go back to our...
We got to go back to the other end. I will change this battery now. Don't This is not 20 minutes.
But they cut this part. These whole parts with the cut as well. That conversation for another day. I mean, but invite people get sense, otherwise we go break bottle.
No, if the bottle breaking is even part of itself.
No, we'll break bottle. Because once they don't begin to talk about this no man's land thing, bottle feel break up.
But you're ready to fight because of Lagos.
No,
when they stay Lagos.
No,
you don't even live there.
You don't understand.
You did America.
Let me tell you one thing. Fox. Like I said earlier, It's like me telling you that your father and your family's lineage and everything in Abia State doesn't count because it's you don't understand.
Q, I get where you're coming from. My problem is this. My problem is this.
You know,
at
that's
what
the same
point,
thing we did to Africa. They did to African Americans in the US.
Q, my problem is, at what point do I stop being a visitor or a guest?
No,
at what point?
No,
if I'm a person who say that my parents came to Lagos in the 60s, 70s.
You are no longer.
They don't already did here. They born me for the 80s. I did here. I born again.
You are no
at what
point
can I say this is my own land?
No, it's your own land. I agree.
So that the no man's land and you know like
that's all I'm saying.
I got you.
It's your own land. You were born in Lagos now. I even laugh say why you don't speak Yoruba because you're supposed
I'm sorry,
you got me trying to talk.
Oh boy,
but my whole thing is when you now say this, think about it this way. At the end of the day, right? Yoruba's plenty pass for Lagos.
Of course now.
Now Yoruba's
white people ain't plenty pass for America.
I know. I'm getting somewhere. Now Yoruba's now, and then they run the political and economic structure of Lagos State.
Confirm now.
So now, we no say you be Lagosian based on the fact say you were born and raised in Lagos.
I'm going to be the first Igbo governor of Lagos State.
I'm going somewhere. So now, I did look you say you be my guy. We're supposed to want this thing together, right? But before we hang out finish, if we talk finish, you only tell me some more. This place is no man's land though. How do you think? Say, look at it from. Let's be logical. Do you think I want to include you in the affairs of the place?
I totally understand. It's very disrespectful to say that. It's very disrespectful to say that. But I think we have to move past it because to me, a person, I don't even know anybody where they call Lagos now. If you are really from Lagos and you were born in Lagos and you grew up in Lagos and you love Lagos, you know they call it no man's land. Because I know your house there. So unless another person where they come drag something. But let's not forget, Igbo people don't also have a Lagos, so you know how many times Foxy pay for that same land where they solo. You know how many times he pay for that same land? He pay for that same land 3 times. Why? Because he know be Yoruba man. So things like that makes people
still get the land.
They still get the land after 3 times. So you don't buy the same land. They sell land twice, the same land.
We just collect tax now.
So that's the thing. That's after you don't buy that land 3 times. To me, it means that you buy the surface, you don't buy the under. Even the oil they under, you don't buy and join. So at that point in time, when you got to shakara the president and say, man, nigga, I don't give a fuck, man. This is no man's land. Just to yarn. But I understand where you're coming from. But we have to close this political yarn because we don't talk almost 2 hours. And
So,
this thing, this video is supposed to be 20 minutes. It's supposed to go out since 11 almost. Like I want to edit out. But in conclude, I won't make you bring us home.
But no, so I think Nigerians, right, Nigerian youths, we're the only ones that can really change Nigeria.
That's true.
Like I said earlier, this is the first. Our generation is the first Nigerian generation, right? Where, you know, we don't really care about your tribe and religion and all of that. So this was the first true Nigerian generation, and we're the only ones that can change Nigeria. So now, you don't have to run for office if you don't want to. But at the end of the day, you know, whether you're in business, you're in IT, you're in healthcare, whatever you can do to improve the lives of Nigerians, just do it. That's all you have to, just do it. And let's just hope that some of us that, you know, like you, that, you know, feel like God has put them on this earth to serve a purpose beyond, you know, being a blessing to their families, will decide to put themselves forward and try to fight for the cause of Nigeria. Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Q, I appreciate you, man. This your motion makes sense. You try. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the word. I have only one prayer, man. Make everybody mod this Saturday, man. Free and fair election, no fighting, no nothing. Remember, none of the people none of you are going to Aso Rock. None. The 2 people where they go, there are only 2 of them. Yeah, I told them they don't enter Aso Rock before. Yeah. So don't die. Make nobody kill yourself. Nothing, man. Appreciate it. I'm a Q. I don't feel thank you enough, man. You know, maybe I don't invite on the show, we don't come. People they always fear to I don't know why. Maybe not the stupidity they have for here. But anyways, guys, as we always talk whenever we end this show. Anything we not die in a Voltron, I remember the ginger is internal. I mean your tart Foxy P, man. When I take care, God bless. And when you do your thing, that was dope, man.